Liverpool could be targeting a brand new winger who could be available to sign on a free in the summer. Ekitike opens his account for France with a magical goal, and Liverpool could be making a bold move for Mark Guehi in January. People, it's Friday mornings. Usually drift, you can't do it, so it's me. Sit back, relax. Welcome to the morning meetup show.
Hi, this is Jordan Henderson, and you're watching Team Kopish.
Ain't free back again, ripping LFC till the end, so go on tell a friend. If they rockin' red, they're a 10 champions, we the best, we come again. Kopish clean up in every region, elevation in every season. Catch up in all the fast match up in real rap, and drifty go on tell them this is that, this is that. This is Kopish, this is Kopish. Reppin' Liverpool till the end, champions, we the best, come again. This is that, this is Kopish, this is Kopish. The main free back up in your screen, real ones know this the place to be. This is Kopish.
Morning, people. Hope you're well. A little confession. I've had a bit of an epiphany, and shout out to Matt, Jamie, and Ram. I'm entering a new stage of grief when it comes to Liverpool. I'm entering the stage of anything could be possible, and after seeing what Ekitike did yesterday, I know I've been really against it. But no, I'm not going to say I'm slotting, guys. I'm not saying that. Just let me land. I am starting to potentially come around to the idea of Ekitike playing left wing. Potentially. Do I want it as a long-term solution? No, I don't. Absolutely not. Do I think it's going to transform us into some unbeatable team? No, I don't. But it might be something that's needed for the short-term future. I don't want to see it happen, really. I'd rather Chiesa get a chance there. But the manager doesn't rate Chiesa for whatever reason. He does seem to rate Ekitike. And we can't just rely on Gakpo all season. And I'll be honest with you, Ekitike's goal yesterday for France was brilliant. Like, the run, the link-up play, the finish was excellent. Now, you have to add context. Would he be able to do a goal like that in the Premier League? I doubt it, because the Premier League's a lot more compact, a lot more physical. However, I do think he's someone that can actually hold the width, and he's good at dribbling. Not great at dribbling, but he's good at dribbling, and he's got good pace. Once again, do I think it's a long-term solution? No. Do I even like the idea of doing it? No, I don't. But needs a must at the moment. And if rumours are that the boss wants to play Ekitike and Isak in the same team, unless we're going to go to a 4-4-2 diamond or a 3-4-1-2, I don't see how it works without him playing on the left. Isak can't be played on the left, in my opinion. I don't think that makes any sense. It has to be done. Big up Uncle Rod's in the building. Big up to each and every one of you in the chat as well. Hope you're all well this Friday. I look at Ekitike's skill set, and I don't think he's a winger. I still do think he's a striker. More akin to a false nine in the Bobby Firmino type mold. Not the same as Bobby, but in the mold of a Bobby Firmino. But from now until January, where hopefully we will sign a winger, that might be the way to go, with him and Gakpo rotating in that position. Well, I keep saying him and Gakpo. It should be Gakpo and Chiesa rotating for that position. It really should be. And I still don't know why Chiesa isn't getting more chances. I know he rejected a call up to Italy, which has opened a can of worms as to whether he's fit or whether he's not. It's just a very weird situation with the wings. It really is. And shout out to anyone who's watched Liverpool's the video me and Matt did with regards to a succession plan to Salah. Now, we're not saying we want Salah to go by any means, but we do have to start planning for a future without Salah. He's 33 now. By the end of his contract, he'll be 34 or 35. We have to start planning for a future without Salah, but we also, in my opinion, have to plan a future for the left wing because it's not working right now, and it doesn't seem like it's worked since the beginning of the season. I need to see what's going to happen. And obviously, we'll speak about another player we've been linked with today. But the Salah situation, the Gakpo situation, something needs to be fixed because neither man are playing to their maximum potential, but neither man are necessarily what Slot needs for his system to work. Now, the system that Slot is currently employing, I don't think it makes much sense personally. However, if it's going to make sense, I think you need two wingers who are extremely pacey, extremely rapid, and very good at dribbling. And unfortunately, Salah and Gakpo are neither of those things. Now, you could arguably say Ekitike only has pace over the other two. Now, Salah's not slow by any means, but I don't think he's got that turn of pace like he used to. But I wouldn't call Ekitike skillful like that. I think he's tricky and got good footwork. But for a winger, you look at someone like a Doku, you look at a Vinny Jr., you look at an Antonio Nusa, an Elise, a Kudus. Like these wingers are just, they're so fleet-footed and they can beat you in a blink of an eye and they're past you and they're gone. Ekitike for me isn't that sort of player. I think he'd use more of his pace and his strength to get past people. Liam Derry say Rio. Yeah, Rio has got that. Doué's another one. Shout out to Mustafa. Bakola's another one. Usman Dembele when he plays in the wing. Crava, we don't know his quality. The problem, shout out to Biggs, respectfully, Eki has better footwork than Gakpo and Salah. He might do, but the bar's quite low there. Shout out to Keon, Nico Williams as well. So yeah. Fafana and Semenyo, says Crick D. Yeah. So that's my point really, is that Gakpo and Salah, for all their qualities, they seem to be lacking in that area. And I think that's what we need right now on the wings. And I think Ekitike might be the only person that can deliver that to us in some way, shape or form. I know the shouts for Rio. I still maintain that it's nothing to do with Rio's age. It's his lack of experience at this level. And it's a bit of a double-edged sword because you go, all right, so how can he get experience without playing? I hear it, but at the same time, we're not in a position to give him experience now because of how badly we started the season. As I said, I think the man management of Rio this season has been really bad. And it hasn't helped. There was so much pressure put on him and he delivered that goal against Newcastle and the pressure went even higher. And then since then, we've barely seen him playing. When he has played, he's kind of looked out of his depth, which is to be expected for a 17-year-old. It's just that, in my opinion, we should have protected him a bit better, and we didn't, unfortunately. So we're kind of waiting to see what happens with the Rio situation. I don't even know if sending him out on loan for the rest of the season would work. In an ideal world, he effectively goes out on loan to the Championship in the summer and has a full season there and comes back, hopefully, in the same way Harvey Elliott did when he had a loan at Blackburn, comes back, grown, bit more used to the physical side of the game, and then can kick on because he has all the tools to be a top winger in the future. But it's a lot to ask for him now, especially a team that was at the beginning of the season aspiring to win the league, in my opinion. So let me know, guys. Ekitike from the left. Are you guys on it or are you not? Yes or no? And why yes or no for your answer, please, guys. Speaking about wingers, though, guys, I've been a fan of this player for a very long time, and I wished we had signed him a few years back. it was always him and Chiesa. It's funny enough, were the two players I wanted us to sign around 2019, 2020, 2021, because I wanted like real competition for Mane and Salah. And we've been linked with him in 2025, which I'll be honest, guys, doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. And I don't think the links are real. Indies reported the links, but we have been linked with a potential move for Serge Gnabry, the Bayern Munich winger. He is now 30 years old. If we were to sign him in the summer, he'd be 31 before the season starts. Now, Gnabry is actually having a decent season so far. Like he's actually having a decent season so far. So far this season, he's got 4 goals, 3 assists in 9 games in the Bundesliga. He's having a good season. However, surely we're not going to replace a Chiesa, for example, with a Gnabry. Surely not. And this is no disrespect to Gnabry, but just surely not. And you look at Gnabry's injury issues over the last few years as well. This is, again, playing in Germany. I'll go from 23, 24. Hip problems, missed 1 game. And he fractured his forearm. There's not much you can do about that. Missed 7 games. Then a muscle injury meant he missed 13 games. Then further 4 games with another muscle injury. Then a further 7 games with another muscle injury. Then in 24-25, he missed a game with a knee problem. Then another 4 games with a knee problem. And then he had a cold, which he missed a game for. And then so far this season, he's missed 2 games. Last season and this season, he's missed a total of 8 games, which isn't crazy. But that's in Germany. That's in Germany. Now, as a footballer, Gnabry is excellent. One of the best performances I've saw against Prime Robbo was probably from Gnabry. He was, at the time, he's the only player I'd say that really got the best of Robbo when they played against each other. Robbo, at that time, when we played Bayern in 2019, Robbo was at the peak of his powers, in my opinion. And barely anyone got past Robbo. And Gnabry was getting past Robbo and making it look quite easy. That's how highly rated I had Gnabry. However, that was 6 years ago. We can't be looking at Gnabry. Not to mention his salary is crazy. His salary is insane. I personally don't even see this as a legitimate situation. I don't think this will happen. I hope it doesn't happen. I'll be very shocked if it does happen. But again, feel free to like rebuttal this, guys. But this is not what we need to do. This, if we're looking at wingers, we need to be looking at wingers who are ready either in their prime or about to go into their prime. So you're looking at wingers maybe between the age of 21 to 25, not a 30-year-old. I spoke about this the day before, sorry, on the Salah Succession video. You look at Tottenham, Kudus, 25, Saka, 24, Madueke, 23, Elise, 24. I think Vinny might be 25 or 26. Antonio Nusa, I think 21 or 22. Savinho, 21. Shirky, 22. Like all these wingers who are becoming the players that they thought they were going to become are becoming that now because they're of that age. Wingers now is pretty much a young man's sport. Ahmad, 23. Shout out to Mustafa. Mbuemo, 26. Esteval, 18. Neto, 25. Like, for me, Akliusha, again, another one, 23. Shout out to MB. For me, if you're going to go and get a winger, it has to be between the age of 21 to 25. For me personally, that would make the most sense. That would make the most sense to me. Shout out to Thrasser, says, Adiemi, worth considering or not? I'm so hot and cold when it comes to Adiemi. Some moments I'm like, yeah, we should sign him. There's a player there. Others I look at him, I'm like, you've got all the tools, but you just can't make it work. I think he maybe stayed at Dortmund a little too long, and he's maybe become a bit stale there. If you can find a manager who gets the best out of Adeyemi, then you've got a real player on your hands. The problem is he's very inconsistent, in my opinion. Very inconsistent. So I don't know. Me personally, no. I don't think we should. Like, for me, I've made no secret of it. Elise is the player I think we should be getting. Minter is another one. He's 21, but Elise, for me, he represents the best right winger you can go and get, in my opinion. And if you go and get him, you future-proof yourself. What happens with Salah? Obviously, we'd have to cross that bridge if we get to it. But for me personally, Elise is the one. But we're not going to get Elise at earliest until the summer, and that's depending on how we finish the league season as well. If we finish outside the Champions League spaces, I don't see us getting Elise. Dare I say it? If we finish outside the top two, I don't see us getting. Oh, let me clear this up. No, Thames. I definitely rate Yamal. How can I can't be a football fan and not rate Yamal. I just didn't mention him because there's absolutely no way we could get him. But yeah, again, he represents another one. He's what, 18, 19. But yes, I definitely rate Yamal. Yamal's phenomenal, man. But he ain't going anywhere. Toussaint 7. Elise has an awful personality, not a Liverpool kind of player. Elaborate on that for me. From what I've heard from people who have worked with him, he's very professional, and he's just for me, he's very introverted. He's very introverted, and shout out to Joey LFC. He's very nonchalant. I don't think he's got a bad personality trait though, personally. But if you know anything different to Sander, let me know as well. And go and subscribe to Sander's channel as well. Doing great stuff over there with FIFA, etc. So yes, people. Me personally, for a Gnabry, no. I don't think we'll do it. I don't see us doing it. I think it's the international break, and they've potentially found a good little thing to discuss during the international break, or some news to put out there for Liverpool fans. But don't see this one happening, guys. One thing that could happen in January, though, is a move for Mark Guehi. A move for Mark Guehi has potentially been spoken about since we missed out on the centre back in the summer. And I know a lot of people have attributed this as to why Liverpool haven't been very good defensively this season. Me personally, I don't think having Mark Guehi in a team would have made much of a difference this season. Now, is he better on the ball than Konate? Yes, he is. Like, no two ways about that. I wouldn't say it's night and day, but I think he's definitely better on the ball than Konate. But from a defensive standpoint, I don't think he is better than Konate. Is he better in terms of consistency? Yes, he is. But it's also been a long time since Mark Guehi's played in a back two in the Premier League. And he usually plays on the left of a back three as opposed to the right of a back three. So him getting acclimatized play on the right-hand side would take a bit of time as well. Not just that, the system is not functioning very well. It's not functioning very well. And dare I say, shout out to Wild Thing, pause. I disagree, Callum, as he would at least pass through the lines and can move into midfield. He does that in a back three in the same way Rudiger used to do it for Chelsea. But in a back two, Rudiger didn't really do that. And it's very different. When you're playing in a back three, you have that insurance policy of having two players who can move over and cover the situation for you. I personally don't think Guehi would be able to pass through the lines in this team because the lines aren't meshing. Like, our midfielders are vacating the midfield and they're behind they're behind the opposition midfield. So it's not about punching the ball through midfield. There's just simply no passing options, no passing lanes. Shout out to David Gray. Seriously, Cal, after last night, you okay? No joking. I am on the whole. But I have all right. So long story short, I have a foot injury at the moment. So I'm on crutches at the moment. I've done some ligament damage to my foot playing football. So I'm on crutches at the moment. So anyone who was watching me, Jamie, Drift when he's available, Matt when he's available, and last night Ram. We were on Jamie's show on Big Up Vibes with Kopish every Thursday at 10:30, and I had my leg elevated because trying to get the swelling down in my foot and all that, and my computer chair completely gave way and broke while I was sitting on the chair. So obviously I've fallen, which has trapped my good foot, which is annoying, and also my bad foot. And then the way I've landed on my arm is a bit of a mad one. Basically, yeah, Cal Cater. Yeah, I'm not even going. Yeah, I'm Cali Cater. So yeah, I am fine. But yeah, my foot's still in a bit of a bad way, and I'm on crutches for I think the next week, and then I can start seeing if I can do weight bearing. But yeah, the injuries are crazy, guys. The injuries are crazy. I know ends. I know, bro. I know, bro. I know. Big up ends as well. Go and subscribe to Ends' channel. So yeah, it's not one of them at the moment, man. JRLFC says, damn punishment for wanting Slough. Raw, is this what he's saying? Yeah. Old man Cal. Yeah, Eric comes. Oxlade Sanderson is crazy. Baby Cowter. Cool. This, you know what? This is crazy. You show a vulnerable side of yourself to the Kopish community. Instead of them going, oh nah, bro, we got you, bro. We got you. You lot start speaking about the curse, slot out. You start giving me nicknames. This is what happens when you show vulnerability to the Kopish community. I see it now. I see it for what it is. Cali Q. Wow. The wordplay king, John II. Cali Q. I see it. Okay. Mr. Glass Sanderson. Connor Sanderson. Wow, Raw. Wow. Ro, is this... Wow. VDR, great time to catch up. So yes, it is a great time. I will be doing that. Callum Ramsey, Kalmar Jr. Wow. Thrasser, do you still rate Stiller? Yes, absolutely. Brilliant player. I just think you need the right players around him to get the best out of him. I think for a player like Stiller to thrive in the Premier League, you need to have a very boisterous midfielder next to him. Like I was saying this, the worst case scenario for me for Stiller would be going to Chelsea and playing him next to Caicedo, because Caicedo effectively would do all the dirty work. Stiller would get the ball, have space, and he'd be able to dictate a game with his passing. So for me, Stiller is definitely a great player. I just think he needs to be in the right environment. For example, I don't think Stiller would work in this Liverpool team with Gravenberch or Szoboszlai next to him. Maybe with Szoboszlai next to him, maybe, but I don't think so. I don't think so somehow. But that's just my opinion. I know Ram rates Stiller really high as well. Califiori, Cal Antara, Caliago Alcantara. So the names are still happening. Okay. Cal is Glassman. Cal Leone or too soon. Wow. Daniel Sanderson. Cal Sturridge. Callum Goat. Ends. Raw. It really be the people that's closest to you. Callum Gomez. Wow. I hear it, Josh. I hear it, bro. That's why you stop playing. I hear it. I don't have many vices though, innit? I do like exercising, and playing football is one of the Cisse is crazy. Ibu Kaunate. Raw. You lot are really quick-witted when it comes to breaking a man down. Pause. Have you lot even smashed the like button before you lot started this crash out on Cow this morning? Martin Cowan, you got insurance? Yeah, but I don't think it will cover this. Personally, I could have a look into it, but then it's gonna just put my premium up. Callum Aquilan Anderson. Yeah. Cal Buemo. Okay. Cal Ings. Cal Lavia. Wow. Callum Sitno Anderton. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Hugo says Callum has spaghetti for ligaments. Okay. Ryan Cabell, Cal van der Ven, Calamity James. This is what you guys are waiting for, yeah? Callison. Wow. Liam. Okay. Okay. Arjen Sanderson. Okay. Cal Sturridge. Go on. I'll give you another minute, guys. I'll give you another 1 minute. Do your thing. Go on. My Cal Owen. Great wordplay, Trudon. I'll give you another minute. I'll give you another minute. Calquez. Wow, dark. Calasta. Cali King. Calmar Jr. This isn't even injury related. Wesley Snipes that's not even injury related. You just looked at a black man and gone, yeah, Cal's got a high top as well. This borders on racism, but cool. Cal Pogba, Cali Cater, Callum Chamberlain, Cal Thiago, Cal Bamba. I don't even know who that is. Cal Coutinho. This is Cal Cutter, Wesley Sanderson. Once again, that's just racism. Wesley Sanderson is just racist. Jesse Calgard. This is dark. Jamie Calnap. Calcium's crazy. Kalu Diaby. Calcinat. Angel side kills. Caldry. Typical. This is cool. Kalana. Calsain Bolt. Okay. Cal Anderson. Sick note. Kaleza. No, this is dark, man. Well played, you lot. Well played. Well played. Well, you know what I'm gonna do, guys, because we're back here at 1 o'clock with Hassam and Tom. I'm gonna go in the front room and put my feet up. Hopefully the sofa won't give out on me, and hopefully you guys won't have even more names for me. Cal Pegleg is crazy. Hopefully you won't have even more names for me. Marco Sambaston. Yeah. End the stream, Cal, man. I was gonna say enough love to you, but nah, not today, man. Bun each and every one of you who's come up with a name. Bun each and every one of you. Dark round here. I'll see you guys at one. No, I've got super chats first. Let's see if there's any in the super chats. Shout out to Conway. Big up John Conway. Says, big up Cal. How are you in the family? Me, 50-50. The family is good, though. Bless you, man. Rivals. Thoughts on Bastoni to Liverpool. Dream scenario, but I don't see it ever happening. Big up to Mark A for your super sticker. Big up yourself, bro. Ash says, Joey and Ibu leave summer 2026, VVD summer 2027. Leone, big question mark now. We probably need 4 centre-backs by 2027. Need to start the transition. 1 left-back, 1 right-back, minimum 2. We're going to do a show on that, Ash. Me and Matt are going to do a show on the succession plan for Virgil van Dijk and then for centre-backs as well. So look out for that. And big up Mark A, another super sticker. Big up yourself, bro. Look, people, we'll be back at 1 p.m. Calfoot is crazy. That's a play on words of Calfoot. I'm guessing this is crazy. Carlton Banks. That's not even injury related. That's another black man with a high top. Cal No Knee Sanderson. Okay, Ens. Okay. No grabbing the sheets this time. This is crazy work. Californication. Brush the beard, put your foot up, David says. Pick up yourself, David. At least there's a real one there. Calfee Haaland is crazy. Cal Barbosa, the notorious CAL, crazy again. Biggie had a high top. I'm not even that weighty like that. Calpol. So I'm just the medicine now. dark. Someone said it's Zimmer time. Zimmer frame time. I'm in my 30s. People, I'll see you guys at 1, man. Glad you guys had fun this morning. Glad you guys had fun this morning. See you all soon, man.